There is a special attraction between empaths and narcissists. It seems these personality types are drawn to each other, and sadly, this becomes a very toxic relationship at the cost of the empath. Clearly, a relationship with a narcissist will not be healthy in any scenario. It will drain your energy. The empath-narcissist relationship, however, seems to exist often, and the dynamics are especially toxic. Now, why is this? In this video, I will go deeper into the empath-narcissist relationship and dynamics. An empath can be seen as the opposite of a narcissist in certain aspects. Empaths are kind, generous, sensitive, and tuned into their emotions and the emotions of others. They can place the needs of other people before their own, especially when they have no healthy boundaries for themselves or cross their boundaries unconsciously in order to help others. On the contrary, a narcissist lacks empathy and is all about ego and gaining attention and validation. A narcissist will just place their own needs before others. I will go shortly into why empaths and narcissists are drawn to each other, and then go deeper into the unhealthy dynamics of this toxic relationship. I hope this can be helpful to you. So, first, why exactly are empaths and narcissists drawn to each other? The first reason is the lovely fake persona of the narcissist. An empath could be fooled by the fake persona the narcissist appears to be. They can be very charming, intelligent, and giving. They seem perfect and can give a great amount of love at the start of the relationship. The love bombing and perfect behavior, however, will end in the long term when you don't act how they want you to act. They will change their behavior as if someone hit a switch, and they can show varying negative or abusive kinds of behavior, such as coldness, gaslighting, blaming, and silent treatments. Now, the second reason comes from a familiar saying that is that opposites attract. The narcissist is attracted to people that are of greatest use and can fulfill their needs. Often, this is an empath. An empath wants to fulfill the needs of others in a selfless way and is vulnerable to crossing their boundaries and pleasing someone else. They will think about the feelings of others first and then maybe consider their own. The narcissist obviously loves that because they only care about themselves. What's attractive to the narcissist is that the empath is caring, emotionally aware, and able to have relationships and friends with a true connection. It's everything a narcissist doesn't have or feel. The third reason of attraction is the emotional intensity of a narcissist. They seem powerful and are often intense people. They are like an intriguing puzzle. A narcissist is mysterious and hard to read. An empath will possibly see some broken inner true self and be drawn into it. Who is this person? There might be some darkness inside that's attractive to the empath. An empath might think they can transform them with love. The intuition of an empath will tell something is off with a narcissist. This could be even right at the beginning. These things may seem small, but in hindsight, the empath will still remember these doubtful moments. I will now share 7 unhealthy dynamics of the empath-narcissist relationship. You will probably recognize some overlap between these dynamics because there are many slightly different ways in how this relationship can play out. The first dynamic is quite general, and that is that empaths are givers and narcissists are takers. Empaths give freely and narcissists take. This matches, and empaths are thus a great supply for a narcissist. An empath has a lot of compassion, understanding, and unconditional love to give. A narcissist needs a lot of attention and validation. Second is that an empath strives for harmony and peace, whereas a narcissist likes drama and chaos. A narcissist wants to control and is not looking for a balanced relationship with honest and open communication. A narcissist doesn't want you to develop as a person, but wants you to develop as someone in their control. They use a reward system to respond to your behavior. They will reward you with compliments and their original lovely fake persona when you act how they want you to do. When you become too independent or seem not to be under control, they will punish you. There will thus never be long-term harmony in a relationship with a narcissist. The third dynamic is that boundaries of an empath will slowly fade. An empath will be forgiving, and a narcissist can push this a lot. An empath cares about what others think, especially when it's someone they love or think they have a deeper connection with. This care and the ability to listen is what is being abused by the narcissist. It gives them the power to slowly push your boundaries, because the empath is simply too sweet, forgiving, loving, and kind. A fourth dynamic is that the empath could want to fix the narcissist. It can take a while before the narcissist shows his or her true colors. Once an empath sees something is wrong with their partner, their first instinct is often to try to fix them. An empath might believe they can heal them with compassion or being spiritual. They might believe it's their mission to do this, and that's why they are meant to be together. It can be very hard for empaths to believe and accept that someone doesn't have any empathy or the possibility for a deeper connection. An empath might keep believing somewhere under the mask and the walls built by the ego, there is some little insecure and hurt child within that needs care and love. Although it's very admirable to believe this, it's exactly why the suffering won't end. The dynamic of fixing the narcissist could go even a step further, which leads me to the fifth dynamic of working together on fulfilling the needs of the wounded narcissist. This can occur because the narcissist and empath fulfill each other's needs. The narcissist will be in the attention of the empath all the time, as this person is deeply wounded and needs help. This can grow into a dynamic of only fulfilling the needs of the narcissist. The problem is that the narcissist can't be satisfied and it will never be enough. Now, some narcissists are very intelligent and they develop their manipulative ways along the way. This could mean they could start to use these things as, "I'm not perfect, but I really want to change," and "I hope we can work this out, I know I can do better." They do this to convince the empath they are really trying to change. The empath could believe they are the only one that is able to help the narcissist, or that they might even be the first person to ever help or listen to him or her. A narcissist feeds the need for an empath to help. This dynamic is dangerous and painful. The sixth dynamic is the empath blindly believing in good intentions. It's clear an empath is sensitive to the narcissist's pretended willingness to change because they want to help their partner grow. To keep believing this, despite intuition, can be a blind spot of the empath. Sadly, the more the empath believes the good intentions of the narcissist, the more pain and abuse will follow. This means a large ability to keep giving more and more, in combination with believing in someone can change, can result in a draining lifetime marriage with a narcissist. The seventh dynamic is a feeling of responsibility for the narcissist. There can be a trauma bond between victim and abuser. It feels impossible to end the relationship, despite the pain and damage it causes. An empath will start by looking at themselves first when something happens, as they have this ability to grow and will think of their faults and possible lessons to learn. What do I need to do to change? How do I make this relationship better and not give up on it? The question is whether an empath is able to not feel responsible for the personal growth or change of the narcissistic partner. Sometimes an empath feels a form of responsibility for the growth of their partner, and this can be very strong. In my in-depth article on my website, you can learn a lot more about the empath-narcissist relationship, such as an extensive example of how a toxic behavior pattern could play out. So, what to do if you are possibly in a toxic relationship and you recognize a lot in this video? It's important to get more knowledge about narcissism. This is because then you can ask yourself honest questions. Follow your intuition and you will know the truth. Does this person really want to grow the relationship and stimulate you to also grow and become stronger? I wrote some questions you can ask yourself about your relationship and how healthy it is when you have doubts. You can find these questions in my article about the web of control of a narcissist. You can find the link in the video description below. Now, I think it's important to acknowledge and recognize which needs were being fulfilled by your unhealthy relationship. You need this knowledge and take responsibility for whatever needs were being fulfilled. Empaths can choose to stay in a toxic relationship in order to fulfill a need to help other people. It's beautiful that you have the ability to keep giving, but no one should ask you to do this at the cost of yourself and your energy. This also means you shouldn't ask this of yourself. In a healthy relationship, both persons will care, love, and try to develop each other. The only solution is to break the cycle and be free. Narcissists don't have the power over you. Stop giving. You have to accept you can't help the narcissist, and it's not your responsibility either. Stop trying to fix this broken person and start working on yourself. It's important to take the time to heal and to be compassionate to yourself. Compassion to yourself is especially important if you feel shame or blame yourself a lot. It might feel like you've wasted your life or your time. Staying in the situation can seem better than accepting the whole relationship or marriage was a lie or mistake. I want to emphasize that I think you didn't waste time. That's a pointless and blameful thought to yourself, and this is why. You learned who you are or who you want to be. You were loving and caring even for someone that didn't repay that favor. You will become stronger than you ever were. And lastly, you learn about the importance of being compassionate, kind, and loving to yourself. Self-worth and self-compassion will lead to developing healthy boundaries. Boundaries are not selfish. Boundaries actually are compassion and love to yourself. They are healthy and you would still be a loving and caring empath. It might feel bad, but saying no is necessary and it is a positive skill. In the end, the better you take care of yourself, the better you can take care of others. To conclude, allow yourself time and try to be kind and loving to yourself. I wish you strength and more kindness in the future. Thank you for listening.